everybody, welcome to 700 Days Hardcore Minecraft. In the last episode, we spent most of the 100 days in the Nether, and I assure you we are not going to the Nether anytime soon. Enough is enough. Today we're staying right here at home and working on the city. Right now it looks like a village, and that is not okay. Let's go. Oh yes, here we are flying around taking a survey of this beautiful world. Oh, I love it so much. I want to add more houses, and to do that, it's time to go farming. I already have plenty of wheat and carrot and potato farms, so I want to harvest my pumpkins and do something a little bit different. While harvesting though, I noticed that a whole bunch of my fields were not finished. I guess I just got distracted halfway through this project, so I need to add some light. I don't think this is a permanent solution, but for right now, I can use these waterlogged slabs to add some torches to get everything to grow fully. In terms of Minecraft days, this farm is like over a year old, and I'm just now finishing planting my melons. Gee whiz, man. Come on, get it together, Fix. Planting a melon field is kind of weird. I don't want to do rows, so I'm just going to kind of go along one of these terraced fields and just put random seeds in random places, let them grow, and then I'll probably come back later and bone meal it up. It's going to be kind of weird at first, but I think it's going to look good later. Now, to build a new house in this world, I need to build 3 farming fields, and I have 1 done, so that means I need to dig out another one. This new terrain generation is amazing, but it requires a lot of landscaping just to actually use some of it. Thank goodness I got Silk Touch on this hoe, because I use it constantly. One of the best changes to Minecraft in recent memory was adding leaf functionality to hoes. It's an amazing quality of life improvement. My second field, I went with potatoes, and I went with really straight rows. I kind of regret it looking at this video, but it'll be okay. It'll blend in with the rest. But I've been thinking about crops, and the one crop I don't have any of is beetroot. Now, I actually have a few beetroot that I got from a second village, but I haven't planted it really. So we got to get that rolling, and I'm going to stagger it so it grows a little faster. So I decided to plant some poppies instead. It looks nice, and a funny little thing. While I was planting this field and taking out all the yellow flowers that grew when I bone meal, my youngest son Lincoln came in and he saw me and said, "Why are you taking out the yellow flowers?" I said, "Because I don't want them here." So now when he plays Minecraft, he only says, "No, get out of here, yellow flowers. I don't want you here." That's all he does playing Minecraft. He kills yellow flowers. But hey, I said in the intro, I wanted this to look less like a village and more like a city, and to do that I need some more roads, and I need some pretty wide roads. So let's start expansion. Now, every regular house, like I don't mean like blacksmith or stables, I just mean regular civilian house is going to be built for a YouTube member or a Patreon. So I want to keep them fairly simple because there's going to be a lot. I just want to break in while editing here and just state that the houses are for gold tier YouTube members or Patreons only. I just can't keep up with anything more, so sorry. Again though, just going for regular kind of simple houses because I'm going to build so many of these in the city. I think just a regular rectangle could be kind of nice. We'll do an interesting roof though, maybe. While I was working on this house, a wandering trader popped in and he had a letter for me. A letter from the Fist of the Dragon.
Mr. Tepek, our needs for supplies have increased, and we are pleased to see you continue to produce more. The Wandering Folk have agreed to act as carriers for 60% of your crop yield, as well as 10 shulkers of stone, due every 100 days. It is good that you have continued to be a friend to the Hand of the Dragon, and in return, our protection will continue as well. Be warned. Do not be late on your commitment, as the breath has little patience for tardiness.
really hard on this house, and I have a big boring roof and would like to break it up. It's just too much of the same thing. The easiest thing to do, and the most typical Minecraft thing to do, is add in some gables. So we're just gonna break out some of these blocks and put in little windows. Should be easy and look really nice. I don't want to just copy one side on the other side, so I did something kind of interesting, I think. I did a really big gable. It should be a really nice big picture window, and yeah, I've never done a window exactly in this shape before, but I think it looks really cool, and I am in love with this deep slate, tile, and dark oak palette. It looks so good. Adding in some glass panes, and if I ever had any buyer's regret about changing my glass texture, it is gone now. I love this texture. It really completes the build, and it makes this place actually look fantasy medieval style, as opposed to vanilla Minecraft glass that, it's great, but it just doesn't work for the style. Remember, everyone who busts on me about not doing interiors, it's not my responsibility anymore. Every gold tier Patreon or YouTube member gets to design the interior, send me pictures of it, and I will replicate it in the world. So, yeah, yell at them for not doing interiors, right? Yeah, that's it. I was in a call tonight for a long time with a bunch of the guys from Deceit about planning out season 3. Oh man, wait till you hear what is coming. It is so exciting. And I decided to use that time to grind up some of these walls. They've been sitting here for quite a long time, and it's time to make them look like actual retaining walls and not just dirt on dirt on dirt. While editing this video, I was on Epidemic Sound looking for a good sound effect for that dirt falling, and this is what I found.
What?
And yes, I placed a lot of dirt in my squid farm, still trying to get this thing to work, and it doesn't work. I don't know what's wrong with it. Someone help me. Please help me. According to the lore of this world, the Fist of the Dragon, they're getting a little pushy. They've raised their demand to 60% of the food output from Dr. Steve Tepic, and also they want stone now too. Why? I don't know. We're going to find out in a future episode. But for right now, I think the gates might be a smart move. So let's start building some gates. The gates are right beside the iron farm, so I took a little break to go see how it's doing, and yeah, it is super overflowing. I need to add some storage, and I'm not really sure what to do about that. I decided to just run a hopper line straight down, 3 double chests, and yeah. Oh yeah, I have a lot of iron set up. Back to the gate though, I like how it's starting. I'm starting to add some wood in sort of upper areas, and really bringing it down some of the parts, but then others not. It should be a kind of jagged roof area. The gate's coming along okay. I really like it, actually. I wasn't sure that I would. Now, there's a lot of detailing and all that stuff to go, but yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I'm just kind of envisioning walls going from both sides. It's going to be super cool. And just a couple in-game days later, the roof is done. I went with sort of a witch tower design where it starts with slabs and moves up to stairs and then moves up to block and stair. I think it's cool. Maybe I'll do the whole walls like that. I've been doing this little trick with droppers for about as long as I've been playing Minecraft, where you put fence for the gate and then they look like you go into the dropper. And it's easy and simple and everyone does it, but it does look really good. I added some blackstone and I forgot the cracked brick at this point, but I think this is a good idea of where it's at. It's a little creepy and I kind of love it. I kind of love it a lot. Super cool gates. I just want to speak for a quick second about historical accuracy in this, since I'm doing kind of a medieval general vibe, and my good friend Draymond Smith Dreams is doing an actual historically accurate medieval hardcore world. Yeah, I'm not that. Here's the deal. Our hero Steve Tepic is actually from the future. He was once a crew member on the Sheriff, a starship that crashed on the moon of Tovalin. After the events of my complete 100 Days Hardcore Challenge series, Steve Tepic was teleported here to this random planet with random life on it, and he is making a life for himself using whatever he has at his disposal. So though it looks medieval, it's not really, it's actually futuristic. You got it? I'm counting each of these tiers as its own farm. I feel like it's big enough to count. I'm not really counting blocks to see if it's chunks or anything like that. Whatever, it looks fine. So these ones over there are a little bit bigger than this other side, but it's going to be really cool to walk down the path towards spawn and have farms on both sides of you. I'm really excited about this sort of entryway to the kingdom. I flew over here to the other side because I wanted to take a look at this mountain and see, and I gotta tell you, that mountain is going to be an issue. I don't know how to end my farms. It's going to be something I have to work out later, and I'm not very excited about it, but you see the problem? Yeah, we gotta work on that soon. Another thing I'd really like to have is some very tall, extra large oak trees all along the fields and along the road. I think that kind of stuff usually happens, like trees are there and no one cuts them down because they're not in a field. I just did some quick Google images just to make sure that I'm not insane, and yeah, it's a thing. I think you all know by now I have become completely obsessed with these very long-term hardcore survival worlds like Legundo, Tanisha, Loony, Brock, Switchback Mongo. These guys have been doing it for thousands of days, but they all have something I don't have. They all have mega builds, like mega projects, and it's something I desperately want to do, but I'm not there yet. I'm not in a position to do that yet. So I'm kind of checking out Spawn and just kind of thinking about the future. Eventually, mega build coming here. But enough far off daydreams for now. I need to get back to the city and get back to work. I have earned another house by putting up those 3 fields, and it's time to build one. I've decided to base the villager trading hall as the center of my city and then work out 360 degrees from that. I think it makes a lot of sense, and it's going to mean I just have a very central point in my city. I'm very satisfied that I went with 3 different palettes for my roofs in the city. I think that using dark oak, deep slate, tiles, and spruce is just the perfect amount of variation and also sort of the same too. I need to fight my basic nature. My nature is to leave a bunch of grass stuff. Look, I've been building Minecraft villages and towns for as long as I've played the game. Trying to build a real true city means get rid of those little grass spots and fill them in with pavement. I'm fighting against myself, but I will win. Or I will win. Well, one of me will win. I'm working towards adding little alleys and things between all the houses. I think it's going to really add a lot to the city and give places where I can add signs of life. Barrels, chests, all that kind of stuff. Quite honestly though, I am still thinking about that mega project we just discussed. I'm just thinking, let's get a road heading back to spawn. Maybe next episode we're going to work on that and really make a tunnel or whatever it takes to get over that mountain. And yeah, thinking about heading back towards spawn, I did another field. I want another house this episode, and I thought I finally have enough beetroot to actually plant one. Well, it turns out I didn't. I had enough beetroot to plant 2/3 of my field, so we have to do something else with my time. This is starting to feel like a real medieval fantasy style kingdom. Really, really, really like it. I mean, I spent some time polishing off this field, adding some details, supports, all that kind of stuff, adding leaves. I'm still waiting for my beetroot to grow, but yeah, I'm kind of out of stuff I can do here. At the time I'm recording this, it's actually Christmas night. Everyone's been asleep for quite a while. I'm not quite tired yet, so I thought I'd do some recording. And hey, what's more Christmassy than netherite farming? That's what I always say. One of the things I love so much about netherite farming is how much gravel you get. I need all of it for coarse dirt. This is terrific. I got 11 ancient debris in the nether, and I knew I had one at home. It is time to make 3 full ingots. Oh, yes. I gotta admit, I feel kind of rich. Going from diamond tools to 2 netherite pickaxes and a netherite shovel? Man, woo! I want to talk a little bit about city planning here, and it's coming along really well. I really like the size of the roads generally. I feel like they're not cramped and they fit what's going to be a very large city. But I do have a little bit of an issue with where the wall is going to be. I need to start fitting houses in between the eventual wall and the city streets. I can move the wall right now because it's just a cobblestone outline, but eventually it'll be a little bit too big to move. I have earned a 3rd house this episode, and I want to build it, but I'm looking around where, and I'll tell you where I want to put it, is kind of right beside the mansion, but I can't because there's this big hill. Who am I kidding? This isn't a hill, this is a mini mountain, and I have really bad news. I think it's got to go.
Give yourself to me. Stay in
Well, okay, my barrel system is not going to do it. I am completely out of storage. Even my sort of overflow storage down the basement isn't enough. I need to come up with something better. My main concern right now is dirt, grass, stone, and cobble. Those are what I'm overflowing, but also looking ahead, I'm looking at andesite, diorite, and granite too. Let's get this sorted out. I added in double chests and hoppers so I can just put all the stuff in the top one and it'll just filter down. I think it's going to be a lot better and should be future expandable as well as I continue to get more and more materials. Yeah, I actually forgot to do dirt and grass, so I knocked that out as well. And if you go down to the basement, you can see here's the overflow storage. Everything is cool. I have plenty of storage for wood. I don't think I'll need to expand that anytime soon. But for right now, 6 double chests total. I think that's right, of each stone. Should be good. It's time to head back to the big dig. I want to take a look at the progress so far. I'll tell you, it doesn't look like a lot of progress. This mountain is huge. It's way bigger than I thought it was, and yeah, we gotta get back to work. Well, I actually have 5 days left in the episode, and I had hoped to finish my big dig, but I'm not going to get it done, so I want to build a house to cap it off, and I think there's enough room on the other side of the road. Yeah, we're close, but no cigar over there. I went with what I think is a little bit more of an interesting shape on this house, and yeah, you can see it there. We have one story and one 2-story part. It should look kind of cool, I hope. I tried to take this clip about 7 times. Putting stairs this perspective is impossible. After 1 day of building, it's coming along pretty well. Again, following the basic format of these other houses, things are looking good. I have 4 days left and I gotta continue quickly. You know, I do think that I want to start doing some different bases of the house. Same basic idea, maybe blackstone? I don't know. I mean, I'm using deep slate for the road, so I don't know. It almost feels odd to add chimneys to these houses. These houses are so old school Minecraft, and I really love that about them. I think they fit in really cool and all that stuff, and it's just a style that I felt like building in. But these chimneys are so new school Minecraft, it's kind of weird. The roof is on, the house is framed in, even some glass and stuff. If these mobs would leave me alone, I think I could finish on time. I expanded the roads along the back and the sides of the new house. It looks good, but it is kind of boring. I'm definitely need some life here. That's going to be something I do maybe next episode, is add in some trees and some sort of planned shrubbery. Oh, Christmas is over and my chests are back to regular again. But, you know, I actually have a problem. I have too much stone, so I'm actually manually taking it up to the attic for right now. I've got to figure out a better system to just house just endless amounts of stone. It's day 699, and there's one thing I almost forgot is the outside of my storage room. It looks terrible. I got to frame this in somehow. I have a really good idea, though. As much as I love my city, it is extremely monochrome, right? So let's bring in some color. We'll do a little bit of a market out here. It's going to add a lot. It's going to add some life. I like it tons. I'm still working through my gold tier Patreons. I'm going to YouTube members next, but thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. If you design the interior, send me pictures, and I will try my best to emulate that. And believe it or not, it's day 700. We did it. We did another 100 days in this amazing world. It's coming along so well and so fast. I mean, I can hardly even believe it. I just need one thing from y'all. If you watch this video to the end, leave me a comment telling me what you want me to build next in this world. Whatever gets the most thumbs up, I will do it. I'll see you next time. Be kind to each other.